Liverpool versus everybody. I've tried to make um, at least attempt not to really speak too much about other teams and other games here. But this is something I think needs to be um, spoken about, and that is English refs. Now, there might be other political reasons. What's up, Julie? That English refs don't make it to the World Cup, but I think one of the big reasons is because they're bottle jobs. You know what I mean? Like they just do not know. I'm not gonna say they don't know how to ref because clearly they've been doing it for a while, so they should know. But they make these atrocious calls or lack thereof. And what Michael Oliver did in that Juve um, Real Madrid game is shameful. You know what I'm saying? It's a disgrace. And from this aspect, this point of view, now I think it's really up to debate. It's your opinion if that was a foul or not. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So let's say it's a foul. Okay. In a game like that where Juve has played so good, you let the players decide the game. You can't call that Michael Oliver. Come on. And I think if that's Juve on the other side of the pitch, because it's Ronaldo, because it's Real Madrid, because I think I don't care what anyone says. Say that again. He bottled it because he shouldn't have called. He shouldn't have. You don't make that call, man. You let the players decide that game. 30 seconds left in that game. Juve been playing the way they've been playing. He wouldn't have given Juve that. I think he bottled it. I think he bottled it, man. You let. I mean, I've seen the instant replays, and Benatia gets the ball first, and Vasquez is playing to that little bit of contact. You know what I mean? When you really look at the angle, not you just sometimes you gotta let them decide the game. I mean, Juve was about to pull off a Roma. You know what I mean? And hats off to them for playing the way they did. Pjanic, amazing. With Tweedy, Mandzukic of all people. Um, yeah, real was shocking, man. That's a shame. It's really a shame. It's a shame. But again, it goes back to the whole draw, which will be happening Friday. I will be highly surprised if they put Real Madrid versus Bayern. It may happen. If it does, I'll put my hands up, say I was wrong. I'd be highly surprised. I'd almost bet my house on it that won't happen. You know what I mean? So it's made to go a certain way. Listen, Roma beat Barcelona. That's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? But I think it's written in the stars for Real Madrid to get to the end. And then you send off Buffon for what, cursing you out? I mean, he bottled it. Again, another. So the first bottle job is you calling the penalty in the first place. Secondly, you send off Buffon for what? In a game like that, you can't do that, Michael Oliver. You cannot do that. He didn't. He didn't. Hey, listen. Yeah, he was close, and maybe he bumped him a couple of times. I don't know, but I just feel like there's so many things that happen in games, and in a big game like that, you got to expect that team to approach you after a call like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could say you should keep your cool and he should know better, but I mean, I don't agree with the decisions in that game, and I think it's really unfortunate that Juve are on the end of that result. You know what I mean? And you got people like Steven Gerrard, Rio Ferdinand talking about, oh, look at him take his shirt off, Ronaldo, and look how he finished that pen. No one's really talking about the penalty in the first place. You know what I mean? Like that to me is a story, and I think Juve were robbed, possibly Italian football, Calcio, robbed from having two teams in the semifinal. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and that should not have happened. Um, you play well like that, you deserve to get some calls your way. Yeah, yeah, I agree. um, yeah, it's crazy. It's an Italian team, Spanish, English, and German. I like that though. I like that there's not two of any country. There's one each. That's I like it like that. I like it like that. And again, I mean, that just you hate to see a game ended like that by the refs. Where the players aren't deciding what happens. Like I said, there'll be people that say it's a penalty. That's fine. We can't agree on this one. For me, have you seen Sunday League footy? Well, we don't have to agree, bro. We don't have to agree. That's fine. That's what debate is all about. That's what opinions are all about. I'm totally fine with you not agreeing with me. You know, your opinion shouldn't change, and mine definitely isn't based on what you think. In a game like that, in a Champions League, you allow the team to play. That's my point. You allow the game to be decided by the yeah, Michael Oliver. Dean's bad too. Again, look, English refs, in my opinion, are just atrocious. If you can literally look at them week to week in the Premier League and tell me that they're not they don't they're not a joke, then something that's strange to me. If you can literally watch them week to week and not think they're a joke, that's hilarious. I'm confused now because now you're saying that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. It definitely deserved it. It definitely deserved it. And that's again, people talk about City and Liverpool and say that Buffon off 100%. Wow. Okay. Um, uh, like the City Liverpool game, people will talk about if you go on the other channels, you see what they're saying. Yeah, they'll start off saying Liverpool deserved it. Um, yeah, again, that they'll say that Liverpool deserved it, or whatever. But they'll throw in oh, but if the goal in the first game counted, that would have been a different game. We had the away goal, and the goal that Milner touched and was offside. Listen, it's fine lines. I'm sure City have got now. You can say, well, this is Champions League. We need a little more. Not when you play like shit. You don't. And that's my opinion. When you don't- when you're at the top of your game, is it just him? Okay, if Liverpool get to the final against Real Madrid, let's hope we don't get a decision like the against. Well, again, I don't really worry too much about that, because again, it's about playing your football, man. If you're out there playing well, usually now this is an English ref, so when I saw that ref, I knew there was going to be a crazy decision in this game. When I saw that the English refs had control of this game, I knew it was going to be wild. Hell no, I watch no damn Arsenal. I don't watch Europa League unless Liverpool in it, and thankfully we're not. But when I heard that not only English but Michael Oliver was the head ref, I knew there was going to be some wild call in that game, and there you go. So I don't really worry about that. We if it's us and Real Madrid, we can't have Spanish obviously or English refs. So I'm not really tripping off that. You know what I mean? I might watch some highlights of the Leipzig game just to see Navi, but I'm not going to watch the game though. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. I mean, we got to have the English refs, and at the English game, you can't just bring in. Again, your opinion, man. I think the Spanish refs were great, and thankfully he was great because obviously he was a nomination um, for man of the match. What I mean, I thought he called a good game. Let him play, let the players decide the game. I thought. Well, the World Cup is one thing, Julie, but you can't ban it. I mean, what else? What are you asking to be banned for? The Champions League, or you? I mean, maybe that could happen. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So that's what I came on about, man. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate with these English refs, man. And some people can. Yeah, Champions League. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, clearly they could. Surely they could do that if they wanted to, but I don't know if there's enough situations in Champions Leagues over the history from English refs to really do that. If you want to base it on week to week again in the English Premier League, then sure. But I just think they're the worst officials in football. That's just and the track record is there. I'm not pulling it out of my ass. The facts are there. You see it. You see it every week. You see it. The inconsistency is just a joke. Am I bothered by them about them? No. It's Bournemouth. I don't really get bothered by teams. I don't. Not with this Liverpool team. I mean, I don't. I mean, sure, there are games where you feel like this could be a banana skin or, a bogey side, or we got to watch out for this guy, this that guy. Look, Bournemouth are a nice team. They got a lot of go get it with them. They got some really good guys. Yeah, I'll talk about the semis in a second. I care. Yeah, well, just as the sense of a fan that wants to watch the game. I'm going to watch the game and all that. But yeah, I care because I think we still need these points in the table. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, as bad as Chelsea are, I don't think we're at a place where we can just kind of coast through these last few games. Um, and especially that Chelsea game, even though they are where they are, they might be able to put on a run. If we take people lightly and drop off points, then yeah, semis. Again, I spoke about this before. I don't really. If I had to pick a team, I would probably pick. I'd probably pick Roma, not because I think it's an easy way into the final, but for the obvious reasons of Salah leaving there. Nah, I'm not saying screw the league. I'm not. You'll never hear me say that. If it's the last game of the season and we're nicely above Chelsea by 6, 8, 9 points or whatever, then yeah, because they still got a game in hand. So, I mean, listen, that's just me. I'm not ready to call it done yet. We still got a long way to go, especially in Champions League. But anyway, back to the semifinals. Yeah, Roma, just the whole story for them is amazing. I don't think anyone thought they'd be the last team standing from the Serie A, so that's big. They got a team still going in the Europa League with Lazio. Um, Italian football is doing well this season. Doing well this season. So yeah, Roma's a good squad. Roma's a good squad, but the whole Salah thing for me will be interesting, and how he plays going back there. Um, how those players respond to him. Are they going to be overly physical with him? Are they going to try to give him a nice hard warm welcome when he comes in? That the storyline to me is interesting. We're interested in Allison. How's he going to step up? How's he going to play? Which I think quietly he's gone. Maybe not quietly, but he's definitely put on a good resume this Champions League with that team, and it can only help his stock taking his team further in the Champions League. Yeah, real. I think Real are favored over anybody in two legs. So I'd rather see Real Madrid if we had to play them in the final. Um, I'm sorry. To me, in the final, and to me, it's good for Real Madrid to lose before the final, because over two legs they're just you can get at them, but in a final, it's next to impossible. It's not impossible. We could do it, and I wouldn't mind playing it. Again, I've said it before. I trust Liverpool over any team on a one-off game, final or semifinal. But what I am saying is that obviously if they're knocked out in the semifinal, assuming they get Roma or they get Bayern, if one of those teams knock them out, I can't say that I would be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting though. Friday, tomorrow is the day. We'll see what happens. Again, my thing is I don't care who we play. But if I had to pick, it would be Roma for the reasons that I shared. The storyline, Mo Salah facing the team that he left in the semifinal to go towards I mean, that's a big story right there. Now that won't happen. I highly doubt that. Again, I think it'll be either Bayern or Real Madrid. But either way, we got the game at Anfield, which should be special. So yeah, underdogs for sure. Well, Joey, to answer the question, I can't. You're your own person, so you'll come up with your own reasoning to that. But to me, um, you can look at it as overachieved. You can look at it as being disappointed, or to me, we're at a place now where again we should just go on and win it. I think we can do that. So I'd be disappointed. Happy that the team fought and maybe defied some of the odds or shocked the European world or whatever. But nobody remembers that. You know what I mean? I want to be remember. I want to be remembered. I want to get this trophy. So I mean, yeah. To me, all we overachieved and we proved people wrong. That those will be true as well at the end of the day. But we're in the semifinal now. We can go ahead and win this. Yeah, it's been special. It's been special. I mean, that's putting it lightly. It's been special. It's always special to get to a semifinal, and the way you did it. Um, but we're undefeated in this competition. Um, and back to Roma real quick. You really got to give them credit. They were in a really tough group, and to make it this far, I mean, they're playing the likes of Chelsea, I believe, Atletico Madrid, and then of course beating Barcelona. So they've had the toughest way to go, I think. Going back to the group stage, and they still stand. So listen, man, they yeah, that's just big for Roma. That's something that you got to really take into consideration with that manager coming in, and just settling things down and just changing it. They've won the league already, in Germany. So yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yeah, they definitely were robbed, in my opinion. But I think that game will have a lot of different opinions, which happens, right? I mean, we should have a different opinions. But again, I think Juve was robbed. That's just me. I'm just speaking about it again because John brought it up. But yeah, the draws tomorrow. Can't wait. Back to the Bournemouth game though. I do. If there's anything I'm worried about, it's player fitness. I don't even think Mo Salah was at 100% last game as far as his pace and just his condition in general. But he still did a pretty good job. Mane was amazing, I thought. But we need to keep our guys the best of our ability. Just safe going forward. Master Center go. Okay. It'll be even tougher if who play Liverpool. Roma. Mm, I don't. I mean, maybe that's the perfect time. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, it's still a Premier League game. It's still even though Bournemouth. But yeah, maybe. Sure. Maybe. You could be right on that. Maybe if there was such a time, maybe this is when you put him in. Um, I mean, he's only in the squad. Let's be honest, because we got injuries there, not necessarily because he's worked his way up to that level. Obviously he has, but you get my point. He's in the team because of the injuries. You know what I mean? It's not like did so well that he just usurped another player. I mean, go top four is still at stake, but come on, 10 points. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with risking anything. I mean, this is football, man. Funny things happen. This is why we love this game because the crazy, um, almost impossible, unspoken things can happen in this game, all in all different ways. So, yeah, on paper you would think, and this is not about not having confidence. I think the team, again, I'm 100% sure that we can and will do it, but you have to do it though. That's true. That's true. That's true. They got Southampton coming up. I would be surprised if they got a draw or a loss there. Honestly, Chelsea is a broken team. What that manager is doing, what the owner is doing, what those players are doing. So great believer in destiny. Yeah, yeah. But no, no, no. I think we have it wrapped up, but we don't. That's just the facts. We don't have it yet, so we got to keep fighting. And yeah, I don't think you can risk anything really. If they play, am I going to be highly disappointed, Masterson? No, because I don't think one player should be the reason why we get a good result or don't get a good result. One youth player, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but he's not though. The only reason why he isn't is the severance package thing, man. The owner there, Abramovich, whatever his name is, he just doesn't want to. The money is not a big deal, but because he can see what Conte's doing, it's just like he's being stubborn. He's like, I'm not gonna give you this money. I know you want this package so you can just go on, but you can tell he's not, and that goes to the players. I mean, nobody's really fighting for that bad. Willian is playing his butt off. It looks like every game, and is their best player. I'm not even going to get into that the so-called world class player they have because to me he's not world class and to me he never shows it. He does this every time there's a World Cup. He plays like this, but then doesn't do anything in the World Cup. So I don't get it. World class players. The definition of that needs to be altered because we're throwing that word around way too easily to some of these players. Yeah, yeah. At the end of the season, we're going to do kind of like who we think player awards, coach awards, and for me, and I'm bringing this up because you're talking about fighting for fifth or sixth or whatever it was. Burnley, you got to give Sean Dyche a lot of love, man. At this point, he's got to be a nominee for Coach of the Year, Manager of the Year, whatever. To have Burnley on the cusp of going to Europe to play in the Europa League is just phenomenal to me, outstanding. alongside Burnley. I mean, of all squads, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I got to big up Sean Dice right now for a second. Like I said, I'll get into it at the end of the season, and a lot of other things we'll be doing on the channel. Players from each team that we may want or could see playing at Liverpool, players abroad, or other places in Europe that we see coming to the team. So a lot of nice stuff at the end of the season. Um, then of course some World Cup things when necessary. I think when we feel the need. We don't really have a dog in the fight. I'm going for all the African teams. So anytime they're playing and we've watched it, we'll be on to talk about it. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, man, guys. I don't have much to say. It was just about the refereeing and how I think that's a real big issue. And maybe they need the VAR. Maybe the VAR would have changed some things in the league. Thanks, man. Um, yeah. So thank you guys. The 6, 7, 8, however many people were here. Appreciate you guys, and yeah, see you guys Saturday for the Bournemouth game. Have a good one.